Checky, check. Check. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Studio de Jeffrey on the morning after a Cowboys preseason game against the Denver Broncos, where we don't give a half a poop if they won or lost, but there are players worth talking about. Hey. So let's do that. The Cowboys lose to the Broncos 17-7, and we will talk about some of the players that do matter and some of the things that we learned in one preseason game. And we'll do it right here as I fire off a tweet to let people know that we are live. To the Broncos. Cowboys lose to the Broncos. Here's the stuff that matters live. And we invite people in, and we begin a broadcast. That's the professional start to this broadcast that you've come to expect from me. What's up, everybody? Yes, penalties. The Cowboys committed, they were flagged 17 times, which, man, that's impressive. Tyron couldn't even practice without getting hurt. So Tyron apparently got a little bit of an ankle thing happening that we're going to have to wait on. No big deal. The Cowboys having all the penalties is definitely a negative. And so we'll just keep watching. And that's the one that I just look. Part of me goes, I don't know, dude. I can't play for you. I can't make you not hold. I can't make you not hit the quarterback late. I can't make you not PI. I can't make you do those things. And so, I get it. You want to hold the head coach accountable. Okay, Mike McCarthy, you said that was the focus going into this year. Now they're still committing penalties in the first preseason game. What the hell, bro? Well, I don't know. What do I do? You commit a penalty in practice, you go run a couple of laps? Do I bench my starters? Stop cheating. Stop committing penalties, you jerks. Michael DiNucci over Rush. DiNucci's been terrible all camp, so while he may have outperformed Cooper Rush in a preseason game, I'm not even worried about that. The biggest winner at the quarterback position for the Cowboys from the preseason game number one was Will Grier, because he didn't play. Because he's had a nice camp. Him and Cooper Rush have both been kind of competing for the second spot. And him not playing, I think, was good for him. Because Cooper Rush didn't play well at all. Dylan's in the super chat. He says, like button for the algorithm. Love you. What you do, Jeff. Keep being you. Thank you, Dylan. Yes, please, if you could mash the thumbs up button. Hit that like button. Believe that is good for the algorithm, so that people can see us and people can find us. There is a guy that in Cowboys camp I really enjoyed watching, and I was like, wow, this guy's got a little something. And if he had to play in an NFL game, I wouldn't be terrified. And he solidified that last night. I'll tell you who it is in a second. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports, contests, and events with first-to-market odds and lines. Find reviews and news for every league, including MLB, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. Hopefully you bet on the Broncos last night. The Cowboys haven't won a road preseason game in forever. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head to BetOnline today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50, BLEAV50, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Please, Jeff, make them sign an offensive tackle. I can't make them sign an offensive tackle. They have to make that decision on their own. The guy who, Vance in the super chat, by the way, hope the day's treating you well. On the plus side, I thought Tyler Smith and Jake Ferguson gave promising glimpses. That Sam Will roughing call was crap. Yeah, the Sam Williams roughing call was not good. That was a bad call. And I think one of the Tyler Smith calls might have been a bad call. So, you take that for what it's worth. Some of those calls might have been bad calls. But throughout training camp, there were a couple of guys that I did not trust, and there was one guy that I did trust at one position group. And as I'm watching the corners play, I thought Kelvin Joseph struggled in camp. I thought Nashawn Wright was up and down. At least he had ball production. But Nashawn Wright, it scares me. 6'4" corners scare me. And maybe the fact that when he made a play early in the game, he got flagged for it, when he almost had an interception, but they called him for holding. Maybe that affected the way he played, but then he gave up the touchdown. I think on the whole, he gave up 5 catches for 90 yards. If one of the Cowboys' top 3 corners gets banged up in some way, I would be worried if Nashawn Wright or Kelvin Joseph had to go in the game that they would have a giant target on their back. 5th-round rookie Deron Bland, I liked him at camp. Like, he just looks smooth, under control, like he knows where he's supposed to be, like he's got the physical ability to do the job. He's not over-reliant on holding like Joseph is. He's 6 foot instead of 6'4", so he can change direction with people, which I worry about with Nashawn Wright. So Deron Bland, 5th-round rookie corner, was the my biggest winner. I thought that he played well. I thought that he had a good camp. And if he were cornerback number 4 on the depth chart instead of cornerback number 6, I wouldn't be mad at the Cowboys for it. I sure wouldn't. Tim, no idea what anyone is going through, so be kind to everyone. Much love. Appreciate you. Yes, that is true. That is the motto around here. You have no idea what anybody's going through, so be cool to everybody. I'm making progress. I think I made a bad medicine change, and I'm finally fully back to my old medicine, and so I'm better than I was the last 6 weeks. We still fight through some things. Josh Ball was not very good. Well, I told you guys that Josh Ball was not very good. Josh Ball is not a capable NFL swing tackle. Cowboys don't have a backup offensive tackle. So I think that's one of the things that you got to see last night that I already knew is the depth at a couple of different spots for the Cowboys is kind of troubling. The depth at corner is a little bit worrisome. The depth on the offensive line is worrisome. But let's get into the rookies and how they did in that game. Tommy's in the super chat. You should shout out NAMI more. Let's save lives. NAMI North Texas, where I live, or NAMI wherever you live. It's the National Alliance on Mental Illness. They kick ass. Therapy for everybody. Or I guess technically it would be mental health for all. Not technically therapy, but NAMI is a great resource. Always Cooper Rush in there for nearly 3 whole quarters while he struggled because they know that Ben DiNucci's not going to make the team, I guess. And so they were like, look, we'll just keep Rush out there. The rookies are worth mentioning. And let's see, because I already talked about Deron Bland, 5th-round rookie corner. Malik Davis, undrafted rookie running back, had a nice night. And if there's room for 3 running backs on this team and he keeps having good preseason games, maybe he gives himself a shot to jump over Rico Dowdle and others. Devin Harper, 5th-round linebacker out of Oklahoma State, both on special teams and on defense, I thought showed up and made a couple of plays, so that is good. John Ridgeway was banged up, and a lot of people thought he wouldn't play at all, but he suited up and he got in there and played. So your 5th-round rookies were a positive. Day 3, sweet. You got some Deron Bland, some Devin Harper, some John Ridgeway. Tyler Smith, your rookie starting left guard, and he is your starting left guard. As I've been telling you throughout camp, you could tell because McGovern, while they would start him, he would go practice at right guard when Tyler Smith would come in with the ones, and Tyler Smith wasn't working anywhere else. So you know who the starter is, and that's Tyler Smith. He got called for 2 penalties. He earned at least one of them, but you also got to see everything that the Cowboys like. You got to see that he's athletic. You got to see that he's long. You got to see that he's powerful. You got to see that you can't really bull rush him. So Tyler Smith on the whole, I would say that's a pretty good night. That's a pretty good NFL debut in a preseason game. And you got to see the positives. And you may get some negatives, and you may get some penalties. I believe he led college football in penalties last year. And at guard, when somebody, if you end up on the wrong side of somebody while you're trying to make a block, you're going to end up with a hand outside and pulling a pad, or a hand on top of a shoulder pad and getting called for a hold. He may get called for some holds, but you got to see the physical ability that he has and what they are hoping to work with. Sam Williams, the 2nd-round rookie. I thought he showed up a little bit. There was a bad penalty call on him, so I don't care about that at all. Sam Williams and Dante Fowler both are showing a little bit of juice as a pass rusher, so I think that your pass rush is going to be okay. Jalen Tolbert, I would have liked for him to have a better debut. It's tough when you're not playing with the starting quarterback and you're going to be a starting wide receiver, but on some of his targets, it's also hard because you look at how the defenses are playing, and you can run a nice out route, but if a corner feels like that's what's coming and jumps it and knows he has safety help, then there's nothing you can do about that. So it's not always easy to guard or to grade a wide receiver unless you have the starting quarterback throwing to him and all things are equal with what the defense is doing. But Jalen Tolbert, I was hoping to be more impressed because I love his college tape and I love him. Jake Ferguson, your 4th rounder. He had a nice night. That was good, especially for a guy who hadn't been working lately because he had a hammy. But Jake Ferguson, your 4th-round rookie, wearing number 48, he looks solid in his debut, and that's good. Simi Fihoko showing up. He's special teams. He's wide receiver 4 or 5 at the moment. Dennis Houston, when he got his opportunity, he made his play. Cavante Turpin was out there doing the returns. Neville Gallimore, he started the game, which I was kind of surprised because he's a real starting defensive tackle, and they have plenty of defensive tackles. But Neville Gallimore showed you what a starter does when he plays against backups in the NFL. The very first play of the game. We're just like, all right, let me just run through this offensive line and go make a tackle. So Neville Gallimore looking pretty good. And that's about what I got. I did not love the way Nashawn Wright or Kelvin Joseph looked. I don't really trust either one of them. I hated how many penalties they had. But the big winners, a lot of your rookies, Deron Bland, Devin Harper, Malik Davis, Neville Gallimore winner, Will Grier winner without playing because Cooper Rush didn't play well. Tyler Smith, I think, was mostly a winner. Sam Williams, not winner or loser. He was out there. He was fine. Jalen Tolbert, I guess if you had to say winner or loser, you would say loser. But I still like Jalen Tolbert, and I think he's going to be fine. Jake Ferguson, winner. Bohan was all right. That's what you got. Too many damn penalties. Tommy Buster, fill your pool with pudding. I will not fill my pool with pudding. That's not going to happen. My pool is full of water. DiNucci greater than Rush? No, you're only saying that because you weren't at camp. Okay? DiNucci is not an NFL player. Don't let a quarter of football fool you. I don't mean to be mean to anybody, but I've watched DiNucci a lot in practice, and everything is wild ass. It's not going to work. Maybe Tyler Smith does have to be the swing tackle. But I don't think you want Connor McGovern playing guard. So that's preseason game number 1. Make sure you're mashing that like button. Thanks to my guys at Bet Online for bringing this. Story Jackson, sure. Get you some Story Jackson love. Coaching sucked. Penalties are a reflection of culture. I don't know what penalties are a reflection of. Because I'm out there at practice. They're not out there committing a bunch of penalties. They're not doing anything different than every other NFL team. I don't know what you do about your guys who commit penalties. I mean, unless it's the same guy over and over and over again, and they tried to fix that last year. It was Connor Williams, right? So they benched him. Turned out Connor McGovern couldn't play, so they put him back in. It's like, what the hell are we going to do? Stop committing penalties. We go back to bear crawls, do some high school stuff. Isaac Alarcon played well. Didn't allow pressure. Good morning, Jeffrey. Missed you Friday on the Ben and Skin Show. I'll tell you what happened there. So I was going to do a little 10-minute deal. I was driving around with a friend of mine looking at houses for her, and they were doing a bracket at the time that I was going to be on, and they do like a half segment, and then I do the second half of the segment. They're like, you want to come on and do the whole segment, and we can do this bracket? And I was like, oh, no, because I'm busy. I'm doing this. If you have something that could carry the whole segment, just do it. Otherwise, I'll come on for my 10 minutes. And they're like, oh, okay, we got it. So, yeah, nothing to it. Yeah, Josh Ball was horrible. They need a swing tackle. They need a swing tackle. And so that's that. 10 years from now, we'll be talking about Tyler Smith the way we do Tyron Smith. That would be pretty high goals. Tyron Smith's freaking incredible. All right, you guys, have a good day. Today's volleyball day. We like volleyball day. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through, so be cool to everyone. I love you. Goodbye.